Hi Pushpi, nice to meet you here today. Can you share a bit more about your background and what you're doing here today?
I'm Pushpi Weerakoon. I'm a Sri Lankan. I've been working with the UN for the past 7 years. I like to identify myself as a peace builder. I've been working starting from Sri Lanka, where I was born. Then I was in Bangladesh, Iraq, been to Geneva, and worked in the whole of Central America, Bahamas, and right now in the Pacific, and also have helped out in Pakistan. So quite around, but mostly in emergency climate affected areas.
Understand. Can you share a bit more about what you mean by emergency, how it affected the climate?
So you have two types of conflicts. One is man-made, one is natural. So man-made is usually talk about conflicts and wars, but then man-made also could be climate change because of the things we do, the behaviors we have. We don't dispose waste properly, and we waste natural resources. So I dealt with both of these distractions.
Understand. Right, so you mentioned a lot on climate change as well as leadership as well. Can you share about how all these are related?
Yeah, so climate change is a reason why people migrate. And when people migrate, as it is right now, most of the time, you take it as a negative concept, which is not, right? If you know how to manage the migration in an orderly fashion and also reintegrate the people who are migrating to the foreign countries properly, that could definitely be a positive thing. So in that sense, the leaders has duty to be eco-conscious about how the locals, their own country people, citizens, deal with the environment in their country. Plus also if they're migrating, how to prepare them for the migration and also have relationships with the other countries and the organizations or the networks, regional forums to facilitate this migration in a more positive and in a way that the country that's in the receiving end will gain by it rather than lose.
Can you share about if there are any challenges that they will face when it comes to the government or community leaders promoting eco-conscious leadership?
It's always a challenge for the leaders to prepare people to live where they've been born, right? So, because it's it's not just a technical movement; it's also very personal. It's the home right? So, in an initial sense, people might not want to leave the island, might not want to leave the land that is now being destroyed, but that you might not find, you can't stay there, right? You're going down in water or the sea level is rising. So in scenarios like that, I think you need to first think from the point of their view and try to, make them understand, motivate them to see the reasons, and then provide them the safe way of transforming to another locality. And this is why I said previously, the reintegration process is very, very important because social cohesion goes together with it because you are now being introduced to a new locality, a new community, which has different types of cultures, values, and the way they do things, so like the normal day-to-day norms. So there should be transformation of mindsets of the people who are moving and also the people who are receiving it to know that, we are having literally saying guests coming in and then we should welcome them with open arms. And of course, in terms of talking about why people think migration is a burden is for the receiving end is that if they don't do this reintegration properly, you will have people who does not have jobs, who are not comfortable in being in the community, which in turn socially would turn out to be in the negative form, come out in the negative form, where people tend to do criminal activities because you need to survive, you need to eat, you need the day-to-day needs, right, to sustain yourself. So the proper reintegration will avoid all those things because we would do skills profiling, train them in skills that is required by the labor force of the receiving country. And then maybe there could be a different language, like in Korea. Like if I come to Korea, I need to learn the language. So like that, you learn the foreign languages. There are values, there are different norms, how they move in the society and be able to be accepted.